Welcome to the Smiles Are Wild channel, brought to you by Pediatric Dental Associates and Orthodontics. My name is Amy Morgan. We will be bringing you fun and educational videos weekly to help you take better care of your child's oral health care needs at home and on the go. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to see all of our new videos. And remember, it doesn't really matter how you take care of your teeth as long as you take care of them from the beginning. So for today, we want to cover, is it safe for you to bring your child to the dental office right now? And the basic answer to that is yes. When we came back in May after the stay-at-home orders, we waited an extra week, and we took a lot of time and attention to make sure that we were following all of the CDC guidelines, all of the guidelines from the ADA. I mean, we have binders and binders full of all the stuff. We're constantly reviewing them. We're constantly making sure that we are up to date to the day, to make sure that we are doing the proper things that we're supposed to be doing according to those guidelines. But one of the things we want to make sure that we're reminding you of is that dental offices already had a lot of infection control precautions in place just by nature of being a dental office. So we already had to follow really strict OSHA guidelines, really strict different types of protocols that we already had to do. So we have just vamped that up to make sure that we are continuing to protect our patients, our parents, and our staff. So I'm going to go over a few ways that we are doing that. And then at the end of this, we're going to talk a little bit about how you as a parent can really help out with making sure that these appointments are going smoothly and efficiently. So for right now, we don't have a waiting room open. We are using our parking lot. So when you arrive for your appointments, you're going to actually park in one of our numbered spots. And then depending on your communication with our office, we'll either text you some information where you can text us back, or you can just call our office directly on the phone number that's located on the sign and tell us where you're located. And then when it's time for your appointments, we'll guide you through that via phone calls or text messages. So make sure your phone is charged and make sure your ringer is on so you can hear all the notifications for that. And then we are utilizing mobile check-in, and I'll go over that in a little while, which just basically means that we are using everything electronic for check-in. So there's no, hopefully in most cases, there's no paper and pen transferring. We are screening all of our staff as they arrive for their shift that day, meaning that we take their temperatures and we ask them specific questions related to their health, as far as are they experiencing any symptoms. We are all required to wear masks in the office, which I have mine off for right now, but mine is sitting right over here to my right. But all staff, all admin staff, anybody, if you are not eating inside the break room, sitting at a table, you're supposed to have your mask on. So that is a rule that we have, that it's put forth by the CDC and the ADA, but we just wanted to make sure that you knew that we are following that. So you should see all of our staff members with masks on at all times. And that includes at check-in and check-out. Our check-in girls who are out in the parking lot and on the front line there are also, some of them are wearing face shields, just because they're the first line of defense. If somebody in your car happens to have a fever or something like that, we just want to make sure they're super protected. So you'll see that throughout our office, okay? And then we've also shut down our water fountains. That seems pretty obvious. You should be seeing that in most locations or most businesses. We're sanitizing at our entrance and our exit, and we're also doing hand sanitizer. So we have hand sanitizer stations located all over the office, and they're just the one where you slide your hand under. So it's an automated dispenser, so you don't even have to touch anything for that. But we also have pumps located throughout the office. We are trying to maintain social distancing, so we have little stripes on the floor if you're in line for some reason. If the patient flow is slowed down, then there's tape on the floor to show you the 6-foot distancing. And then we're also working on a bit of a reduced schedule. So the state of Arkansas has started, going in these different phases where we had to be at 25% of our schedule and then 33% of our schedule. And then now it's just kind of what capacity can you hold? So we still are working on a reduced schedule. So we are not working at our full capacity right now. And that is so that we can maintain those social distancing guidelines. We can get check-in processes done as quickly as possible and get you and your family in and out. And then I'm going to circle back to something else that was on this sheet, is that we are only allowing one parent per family to come into the building. So and it says it on here. We put it up on social. It's also in any email that you might get regarding the appointment. But that is because we're trying to limit the number of people in the building. It's not about not wanting you to be able to have two parents or anything like that. In a normal circumstance, we have no restrictions on one or two parents coming in the building, things like that. We understand it's very tough right now, especially for new patients. If you are coming to your child's first dental appointment, sometimes both parents want to be in the building, but we cannot allow that so that we can stay at the capacity that we are supposed to, so that we can maintain social distancing. So that's one of the most important things, is just that you understand that that is why we're doing it. And this also includes no extra siblings. So if you have 3 kids and only 2 of them have an appointment, then only those 2 children are going to be allowed in the building. So you will have to, if your kids are able to stay at home, they may have to stay at home. You may have to get a sitter. They may have to stay with the other parent. Their arrangements are going to have to be made. And again, that is just so that we can continue to follow CDC and ADA guidelines to keep you protected as well as our staff. So we are only allowing 1 parent per scheduled family into the building. And there's technically no exceptions to that. So if you're having an issue with that, we may need to reschedule the appointment, but we'll talk to you about it. Email us, let us know the deal. We'll talk to you about it. We'll figure out what we need to do. But we just want to make sure that you're understanding that it is 1 parent per scheduled family. So that even means if you have 7 children, it's 1 parent. And that is just because we're just trying to restrict the number of people in the building, so that when you're in for your appointment with your family of 7, and then there's maybe another kid who has an appointment, we're able to still maintain the 6-foot distancing between benches, between people, and things like that. So it's just a precaution. It's not a punishment, we promise. And we know that it can be really hard sometimes to do that. So if you have a larger family and you normally need help with that, you might consider scheduling their appointments on 2 different days. And we will help with those accommodations. Just let us know what's going on and we'll be happy to talk about it. And then one of the main, so that brings me to some of the questions. So a lot of it is it safe, and why should I go to the dentist and things like that. So one of the main questions we get is, why is it so important? Like, we're in a pandemic and it's just dentistry, okay? But that is absolutely not true. Oral health is an important part of your overall health. So routine appointments can allow us to check for a number of health conditions, and some conditions like tooth decay can actually become more difficult or more painful and more expensive to treat if they're not caught early. So that is one of the reasons. There's a lot of data going around right now from the ADA where we are in some levels considered essential. So taking care of your oral health is still very, very important, and that includes your children. Cavities can come up very quickly for children, so we want to make sure that you're maintaining your 6-month appointments. Those are very, very important to keep. We understand you may be nervous, and we completely understand as parents, but we do know that a lot of kids have returned to school, and coming to the dental office is much more safe than going to school. So we want to reassure you that we are taking the precautions on our end as a staff, as a business, to protect you and your family from that. That we are aware of. There has not been a case tracked back to a dental office. And I think that just really goes to show to the extent that we do the correct infection control protocols. I mean, it's just bottom line, we were already doing that, and vamping it up just makes it that much cleaner. We have air purifiers throughout the buildings. We just have all kinds of precautions that we're doing. So as from our standpoint, we do feel, as well as the ADA and the AAPD, that it is okay to bring your child to the dental office, including for routine appointments such as cleanings and x-rays. Okay. And then we understand about your health and safety. And I mean, we completely are too. I mean, our dental team is carefully monitoring ourselves. We're making sure that we're taking temperature checks. We're making sure we're asking the correct questions. So we are doing everything we can to make sure that you and your family stay healthy and safe, during this time. We understand we're also concerned, but we want to be here for you. And that's why our doors are open. because we do think that oral health is very important. So coming to your routine dental appointments is still very important. So that brings me to one of the things we want to talk about is no shows and cancellations. So if you're watching this and you have an appointment coming up, we want to make sure that you're confirming those appointments or that you're canceling in a timely manner. We do require 48 hours notice for that. Because of our strict schedule, we're going to be a little bit more strict on rescheduling those appointments and adhere more to our missed appointment policy. Believe it or not, with our strict schedule, and sometimes it can be harder to get your ideal appointment time, but we still have a high number of no-show appointments. And so we just want to stress to you that it's very important that you let us know what's going on, that you try to cancel ahead of time. But also, we understand that things come up. And so if you have to no-show your appointment, do not be embarrassed. Just call us, let us know what was going on, and let's get you back on the schedule in a time that works better for you. We want to be a good resource for you. We want to be able to help you out. So please just let us know what those barriers are that are keeping you from keeping your appointments. And then last but not least, the thing that I want to stress the most, and I'm going to go into a little bit of detail as much as I can without having a screen share option for you, is that we want to make sure that you are completing your paperwork online prior to the appointment. So every single child that has an appointment from here until this pandemic, protocols are released, will have to complete some form of paperwork. That includes orthodontic patients. That includes patients that were just in here 3 days ago. That includes if you're going to get just a stainless steel crown and you were just in a couple of days ago. That literally every single appointment you have, you will have to fill out some type of paperwork. And that one sheet of paper that everyone has to fill out, or that one form online that everyone has to fill out, is a COVID-19 symptoms questionnaire. So what we're doing is we're sending you out. It's about 20 questions, and it just basically says, have you had a cough? Do you have a fever? Has anyone in your house been exposed? Are you awaiting a COVID test? There are certain things that will keep us from being able to let you come to your appointment. So we're sending those out ahead of time so that you can fill them out, and then we can know if we need to cancel or reschedule your appointment to a different day. And so that is very, very important. So you should receive an email 3 days prior to the appointment. Now, this includes for new patients. So if you're a new patient, you may have received an email at the time of your call and you filled out paperwork. Well, there will be an additional email that will come to you 3 days before that requires that other form to be filled out. We do have like restrictions on there. So like if you filled it out too early, it won't even let you do that. So if you've already filled it out for another appointment, it's going to release that and then make you do it again for the next appointment. And this is, like I said, this is our pre-screening process. It is required by the Arkansas Department of Health. It is required by the CDC, and it is recommended by the ADA. So it's not something where we're just trying to make it more difficult to get to the dentist, because believe us, we wish we could just let you walk in, see you. We know it's you, by your photos and things like that in our files, but it's just not that simple at this time. So again, every single patient that has an appointment with PDA&O from now until the pandemic issues are released will have to do online paperwork. We would love for you to check your emails when you're getting your text. Make sure you're getting that paperwork. If you have an appointment coming up and it's within 72 hours and you have not received an email, please call our office. If you, for some reason, are having issues with the paperwork or you didn't get an email, we are going to start requiring you to show up approximately 15, maybe even 30 minutes early for your appointment, depending on how many family members you have. The appointment time that you are given is the exact appointment time. So if you get a 10 a.m. appointment, your appointment to be back in the back seeing the dentist is at 10 a.m. So if you arrive at 10 a.m. and still have to do 15 minutes worth of paperwork, it's going to delay that process. Okay. So we're just asking for you to try to get that stuff done online. We send it to you ahead of time, as much ahead of time as we possibly can, because there's a restriction. There's a 72-hour window on that form. So that form asks in the last 72 hours. Okay. So we're asking you for 3 days prior to the appointment. And then we're also, when you arrive at your appointment, we're going to review those questions with you one more time in case anything has happened. And then we're going to take your temperatures, and then we're going to go through the process of getting you checked in. So We just want you to know that we are not trying to make these things harder. We're literally trying to make it as easy as possible. We're trying to make it contactless. So you can do it at home on your own computer. We do recommend that if you can do your paperwork on a laptop or a computer, that would actually work better because you can see it just a little bit better than on a mobile device. You can do it on a mobile device, but again, a laptop or a computer is the preferred method for the program that we use. If you're having any login issues, now this is something that's really important. We're probably going to post this a lot, but if you are having login issues and you have the landing screen, when you go to it from your email, it'll say login or first time user. If you are not a new patient to our practice, you most likely are not a first time user. You have probably used it before. So if you go to first time user and it's asking you for an ID and a PIN number, and that was not included in your email, then you are not a first time user. Our system reads, it knows that you've used, that this account has logged in before. So if it's not including an ID and a PIN number in your email, then you need to use the login feature. So there's a login and then there's a first time user. So in your email, it'll say click here and use your login and password. That means you're going to click on that button in the email. It's going to take you out to the website and then you're going to hit login. Okay. Now, if your email says, hey, you're a first time user, here's your ID and PIN number, then you're going to click on the email into the click here spot. You're going to go out to the account screen. It's going to say login, first time user, and you're going to click first time user. That's where it's going to ask you for your ID number, your PIN number, and your phone number on file. And so if you're in there and you're getting confused and you can't figure out where to go and you're like, I don't have an ID and a PIN number, then you need to go back out of that screen to the login button and hit login. And then there's a forgot password option. So there are some ways to do that. We are working with the developer to try to get some of that verbiage changed on there to make it a little bit more user friendly. But for now, if you're having any problems and you are trying to do anything and it's telling you need an ID and a PIN number and you don't have that in your email, then use the login option and then forgot password. Again, you can always reply to our emails that we send you and we can try to get you that information. There's a lot of highlighted information in the email that talks about just only one parent per scheduled family, that unscheduled family members are not allowed into the building. Arrive 15 minutes early for your appointments because it does take some time when right now with the way that our waiting room is set up in the parking lot, unfortunately it does take a few minutes for us to be able to, you pull in the parking lot, you text or you call in your parking spot number, then it shows up in our system. Then the girls have to figure out what paperwork was completed and not completed. Then they have to come out to your car and do temperature checks and the paperwork. So you can see where if you're not arriving early, it's going to delay the appointment getting started on time. So we are just doing this just as a precaution, just to let you know that one of the most important things that you can do prior to your appointment is to complete your paperwork online. If you have an upcoming appointment and you have not received your email within 3 days of the appointment, then you can call us, you can email us, and we'll try to get that information out to you as quickly as possible so that you can complete that at home. We do understand there are going to be circumstances that happen. And so that therefore we just ask that if you do not have your paperwork completed online, that you just arrive about 20 to 30 minutes early for your appointment to allow time for all that paperwork to be processed through our tablet system and to get you checked in so that your appointment can start on time. I know this has been a lot of information. We obviously will be sharing some cuts of this video and we'll be sharing stuff as much as we can as reminders. We do know that our regularly watching audience knows all these rules. We're putting this out there for those that may not get to watch us as much. So if you are watching this video, if you can share it with your family and friends, because in Northwest Arkansas, we see a lot of kids. And so it's no doubt that even if your child is not one of our patients, that it's highly likely that if some of your friends' children our patients, and we just want everyone to be super informed and know what's going on within our practice so that we can keep everybody safe and healthy during this pandemic. That's our number one priority, is to make sure that everyone is taken care of in a timely manner and that we're doing our best to keep you safe. So that's all I have for today. I really appreciate everyone watching. Again, make sure you're following us on our social media channels on Facebook and Instagram at Smiles Are Wild. And then you can also find our YouTube channel by searching Pediatric Dental Associates and Orthodontics. And if you're a podcast junkie like I am, we actually have a podcast. And you can find that on iTunes and Spotify by searching Smiles Are Wild. We'll see you all again soon.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and go visit us on smilesarewild.com.